Hi Cozy Adventures. I just wanted to pop up really quick and talk about pistachio because I tried pistachio fragrances when I first started smelling things in the fall and was like, ew, I don't think I like pistachio. And I realized that first of all, I need pistachio to kind of oxidize a little bit and sweeten up. And second of all, yeah, I don't like pistachio if it's not really sweet, like creamy and candied and not soapy or a harsh, nutty smell that's not a sweet, creamy smell. So some fragrances that I first tried and let age for a while, I ended up really liking. One is the EOS pistachio. When I first smelled it in the fall, it did not smell good, but right now it smells so good. And I'm just discovering that like maybe this is my time of year for pistachio. It's just like, oh, I suddenly like want to smell like this. So that's the EOS pistachio. The Cheirosa 62, I did already like this one because it was so creamy and sweet. And this one makes me think of holidays. So it's like I don't really want to wear it at home. Maybe I will in the thick of summer, but it feels so much like a vacation to me that, and I used it on a little mini vacation I took last fall, that's what I associate it with. And then the Tree Hut version of that fragrance, Tropic Glow, I have the shave oil, and I think probably next I would get this rather than the Sol de Janeiro because I think I actually like it a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more syrupy in a way that I like, but similar smell, similar pistachio, and yeah, sweet and creamy and somehow tropical feeling. And then I have She Was Here, which is like a rose pistachio milk scent that's really lovely. One of my favorite of the rose smells that I smell because it smells like this. It smells like a sweet rose pistachio latte, but without the coffee. But that sort of sweet, milky, yummy, like a Middle Eastern dessert hot beverage. She Was Here. And then Heal the Way is pistachio and Palo Santo. And what else? Divana. And this is a really like soothing, comforting one. And then I have Rare by Rare Beauty, which is similar to Goddess, Burberry Goddess, but doesn't have the lavender and does have pistachio. And just to share some pistachio fragrances that didn't work out for me, one is the Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. It just has a fresh scent that some people love, and to me it makes something that's supposed to smell creamy and like food smell like there's suddenly soap in it, and I don't like that. Lucy, she's ready to play. So I don't like that. I got Me Wish, which is that beautiful moon-shaped fragrance from Paris Corner that is similar to Cheirosa 62, but with really heavy honey, dose of honey. And when I first sprayed it, it smelled more like Cheirosa 62, and then after it aged for a while, the honey got stronger and stronger, and it just wasn't for me. And also Paris Corner is one that I'm less allergic to than say Lattafa, but I still get some allergic reactions to some of the chemicals. And Lattafa, I actually really like. Affection, that was one that after it aged a few months smelled really sweet and creamy and delicious. So if you are not sensitive like I am, I recommend Affection. And I can't remember what, hi Lucy, I can't remember what, there was one that had peanut in it with the pistachio. That was another Middle Eastern one, and that one stayed kind of bitter even after aging, so I never fully liked that one. And I think that is it on my pistachio report. I feel like there must have been a couple other ones, but yeah, I really thought that I must just really not like pistachio when I first was exploring that note. But yeah, I figured out some things that are sweet, creamy, candied enough, and that age out of being bitter, that I really like, which is the ones I just talked about in the last video. Hey, Cozy Adventures. I can't remember if I've talked about it before, but while I'm talking about pistachio, I figured out that I really love this lotion. Oop, ow. The EOS Pistachio, Heal Away by Sniff, She Was Here by Forever Mood, Rare by Selena Gomez, and then on top of that, or not directly on top of it, but also layered in Princess by Kilian. Kilian's Princess does not have pistachio, but it has it adds a green tea note. And even though this one doesn't have green tea, it has Divana that acts a little bit like green tea in it for me. And it's got ginger and vanilla like Rare Beauty does, like a similar ginger and vanilla. And so that green tea, ginger and vanilla, and then it adds on top of all of this stuff some marshmallow. And does this one have marshmallow? It doesn't say. It says toasted pistachio, vanilla toffee, and blonde woods, but this smells a little bit marshmallowy to me. And this has just like been my jam this month. So I think this is my time of year for some pistachio, because it has this freshness to it that maybe it's a kind of saltiness that feels a little tropical, a little bit moving into the summer. But in the fragrances I have, there's also all of this creamy yumminess with that freshness, and not the freshness that's like soap or bitterness, which I don't like.